Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening all. Welcome back to Swaroop IT Learning Solutions. Now in this particular video series, we are continuing to learn installing, configuring and managing VMware Hypervisor vSphere version 8.0 infrastructure. So in this particular module, we will learn following topics. Introduction to the PowerCLI VMware module. What is PowerCLI VMware module? Then providing internet connectivity through VCSA PowerCLI commands to ESX host and Windows 11 CL nested VM. Now if you remember, we have uh, completed our previous module by giving the internet connectivity to ESX host and Windows 11 CL by VCSA GUI console. Right now the same objective, as I told before, same objective we are achieving here using our VCSA PowerCLI commands. Okay, so I have uh, reverted that particular backup for my VMs where Windows 11 CL is not having internet connectivity at all, and neither these VDS means virtual distribution switches and then port groups, nothing has been created. We will do all those things right from the scratch, which we have done in the previous module through VCSA GUI. Now we are doing the same thing using VCSA PowerCLI commands. That means one way is the GUI way, second way is your PowerCLI or command line mode, right? Now, before going for those practical steps, we need to understand what is PowerCLI VMware module. Okay, so that is the first part you need to understand. Then we will go for the next steps where we are actually executing our PowerCLI commands to create various components, and then in the end we will check whether our Windows 11 CL nested VM will get the internet connectivity or not. Okay, so let's start with this particular module. Now the first part, as I said, is a theoretical part, introduction to the PowerCLI VMware module. So what is PowerCLI? So PowerCLI is a command line and scripting based tool based on PowerShell that allows administrators to manage and automate VMware environments. So VMware PowerCLI I'm talking about over here. So it provides a large set of specific commands or CMDlets for tasks such as managing virtual machines, storage, networking and more across a range of VMware products like vSphere, Horizon or vSAN. Okay, so PowerCLI is nothing but you can just for understanding you can imagine it as a bridge between your VMware vSphere and PowerShell. Okay, so it's like an PowerShell CMDlet. CMDlet means any particular command module which can bridge two different technologies using PowerShell commands. Easiest definition. Okay, so what it is? So a command line interface, PowerCLI provides a way to interact with and manage VMware products using commands and scripts, similar to the vSphere client but for a command line environment. So as I said, we have already seen the GUI way. Through vSphere client we can create VDS, we can create port groups, we can manage our ESX host, and same functionalities we can do through PowerCLI. So PowerCLI is giving you just an option to go for the command line interface or command line execution. So it is built on PowerShell. So PowerCLI module is built on PowerShell. It extends the functionality of PowerShell by adding modules that contains VMware specific CMDlets, making it easy for users familiar with the PowerShell to manage their VMware infrastructure. So some engineers are familiar with the GUI process. GUI options we have already seen, those options are available. Some users might be very comfortable with PowerCLI or command line interfaces. For those ones, this VMware PowerCLI tool is already there. So you can learn all those commands, and you can do, as I said, same functionalities you are using your PowerCLI module. So it is an automation tool. It is used to automate repetitive and complex administrative tasks, which can save time and reduce manual errors. So as I said, during the GUI process, we might be doing the same step again and again if it is a repetitive task. But using the PowerCLI or the scripting mode, you can automate that particular task. That will save your time also. Suppose example wise, you want to create 30 VMs. So manual way it will take at least 3 to 4 hours. But using the PowerCLI module, you can just import the 30 VMs names and it will get created within 2 or 3 minutes. So in that way you can automate all those tasks which you are rather doing manually. And during the manual process there might be chances that human errors, naming conventions are wrong or something like that, there is a probability for your human errors. But in automation you can avoid all those such human errors. So it is an automation tool in the end. So what we can do with PowerCLI VMware, so what are its functionalities or what are its features? So we can manage virtual machines, we can create virtual machines, configure and manage those VMs, which can be managed through VCSA, GUI console also. All those things you can manage through PowerCLI VMware also. You can control the storage, so you can manage storage resources such as LUNs. Then you can configure the networking, you can handle network configuration within the VMware environment. So as in the upcoming module, we are creating our virtual distribution switch, port, port group, uplink, everything we are doing through VMware PowerCLI, that is command line mode. Whatever we have done in the previous module using GUI mode, right? So if you have not seen the previous video, please go through it. You will get the feel that what steps we have executed in the previous video. Same steps or same objective we are repeating over here, but the major difference is we are using PowerCLI over here, right? So it can automate your task. So script complex operations to run on multiple hosts or VMs at once. As I said, multiple operations can be automated using your PowerCLI. So it can collect data also, so gather data from your environment to create custom reports, such as script that checks the health of your ESXi host. So which VMware products it supports? So PowerCLI VMware supports your vSphere, VMware Cloud Director, vRealize Operations Manager, vSAN, then VMware NX XT, then VMware Horizon, and then VMware Cloud on AWS. So all those products it is supporting. Okay, currently we are using that PowerCLI for your vSphere infra. Okay, theoretical concept for what is PowerCLI VMware module. Now next we are going to run our practical steps for actually creating our VDS, means virtual distribution switch, and then port groups, and actually giving the internet connectivity to our ESX host and Windows 11 CL nested VM using PowerCLI module. All right, so we have finished our theoretical session. So let's move on to the practical steps now. So the first step is we need to power off all the VMs which are running on VMware workstation. So Windows 11 CL, that is a nested VM. Then vCenter server, that is also a nested VM hosted by ESX01. Previous Windows 11 CL nested VM hosted by ESX02. And vCenter is hosted by ESX01, then ESX host 02 itself, and then ESX host 01 itself, and finally Windows 2022 DC VM also. So all the VMs we need to shut down. To save the time, I have already shut it down. So you can see over here all the three main VMs, and inside those two nested VMs everything has been shut down. Okay, the same step we have repeated in the last module also. Here also we are repeating the same step. So all the VMs are currently shut down. So let's move on to the next step. So next step is through Windows 2022 base VMware workstation, edit virtual network editor, then change settings, add network, VMnet 0, bridged, and bridge it to Realtek physical adapter configuration as shown in the sideline figure. So this step is also been completed by me previously. I'm just showing you. So this is my VMnet 0 custom which I have added. If I'm clicking on change settings, you can see it is bridged directly to my physical network adapter of my Windows 2022 base system. What does that mean? Whichever connectivity I am having with my physical network, it will directly bridge to my VMnet 0. That means this Realtek network NIC, physical NIC is having internet connectivity. So invariably my bridge VMnet 0 network adapter, virtual network adapter will have a network or internet connectivity, right? So same thing I have just mentioned or I have just explained in the previous module also, but I'm here again explaining for this module. Now for the better understanding purpose, if you remember, we have created one diagram in the last module. So I have just opened this diagram one more time just to show you and just to make you understand that what we are actually doing through PowerCLI also. We are doing the same thing, right? So internet connectivity, then your internet router, physical NIC. Don't think too much ahead as of now. So this physical NIC, I have mapped this physical NIC. You can see this is bridged to my VM0 virtual bridge adapter. Okay, so which is this one. Okay, so bridge means if this physical NIC is having internet connectivity, my this VM0 bridge adapter will also have an internet connectivity. So we have completed up to this part, right? So let's move on to the next step. So this particular bridge network adapter I have already configured as a bridge network adapter, as I said, and it is directly bridged to my physical network. Okay, so I'm just cancelling this as of now, and let's move on to our next step. So next step is, as VM0 has been added in our VMware workstation, but that particular network adapter has to be added on all three systems, means on 2022 DC, ESX001 and ESX002. Okay, so that all three VMs will have a internet connectivity. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going to settings of each VM. I will go to settings over here. I will click on add network adapter, finish. By default it will take NAT. We don't require NAT over here. I will say custom and I will select VMnet 0. Okay, and I will say OK. Same thing I will repeat for ESX host 01. Add network adapter, finish, and change this from NAT to VMnet 0. Okay, and same thing for ESX02. Add network adapter, finish, VMnet 0. Okay, now you can see all the three VMs we have added custom VMnet 0, ESX01 also and DC also. Okay, so all three VMs are equipped with my bridge network, which is indirectly connected to my physical network or internet, right? So let's move on to the next step. So next step is we need to start the following VMs. First, Windows 2022 DC, ASX001, ASX002, and then finally the vCenter server, which is a nested VM. So I'm starting these VMs one by one. It will take some 10 to 15 minutes to be online for all those three VMs. So I'm pausing this video as of now, and once all those machines are online, I will come back to you with the next practical step. Alright, welcome back. So I have started all the machines, all the three main VMs and one nested VM. So you can see over here, I have logged into my vCenter server console also, and both the ESX hosts are also online. Okay, from here also we can confirm both the ESX hosts are currently running. Okay, so all the required VMs are online. Now let's move on to the next step. So next step is we will now start to execute a series of commands on VCSA server, means on VCSA server through Windows 2022 DC PowerShell PowerCLI module. We will first install it, and then after the installation we will execute the command one by one to get our end objective as to provide the internet connectivity to our Windows 11 CL nested VM. Okay, so the next step is through Windows 2022 DC PowerShell admin mode, of course, run following command 1 and click yes on confirmation. So which command we need to run? So this command is to install VMware PowerCLI module. So command is install.module, then name VMware.PowerCLI. Okay, so just to make it correct, I'm just copying this particular command directly so that there will not be a typing delay or a spelling mistake. And then I will go back to my DC system. I will keep my VCSA server logged in, because once we are executing some commands we need to verify it through GUI also, although those steps have not been marked in my Power PPT, but this PowerPoint PPT, whatever steps we are executing, whatever commands we are executing, those commands we will also verify through GUI stage also parallelly. Okay, so that you will have a better understanding. So I will just minimize this, and now I will open my PowerShell session with admin access, and the first command we need to execute is install module, then name of the module is VMware.PowerCLI. Okay, it's a simple module installation command. So I will hit enter now. Now first, in the background, the PowerShell will search for any dependencies before installing the main module. So it found that NuGet provider version whatever 2.8.5 is a dependency, or you can call it as a prerequisite for installing the main module. So first it will get that package provider. So I will say yes over here, so that it will install that package provider first, NuGet, and then it will start to install our main module, that is VMware.PowerCLI. So it may take some time, because automatically it will first download and install the package management NuGet, and then it will automatically start with this thing. So you can see over here it is giving some warning, untrusted repository and all. So that's fine, I will say yes to all. And now it will start installing my NuGet first, that is dependency, and then it will install my main PowerShell module, VMware.PowerShell module. Okay, so it will take some time, so I'm just pausing this video for a while. Once that installation is complete, then we will move on to the next practical step. So as you can see, it has started installing our package VMware.PowerCLI. It is downloading the different components now. I think the total size of this VMware PowerCLI complete module is around about 865 MB. So it will download all those subcomponents and it will automatically install. So once this whole process gets completed, then I will come back to you with the next step. Alright, so as you can see, both of our packages got successfully completed. Our main dependency package, NuGet provider, and then your main package VMware PowerCLI. Both packages got completed successfully. Alright, so let's move on to the next step. So the next step we have already completed. We have already downloaded our package provided NuGet from the PowerShell repository. So this step we have already completed. Next step also we have completed. We have monitored the PowerCLI module installation and we have completed the main module installation also. Right. Now next step is a main one. We need to verify that whether our module VMware.PowerCLI got installed successfully or not. This is a verification module. So I'm just entering that second module now just to verify that VMware PowerCLI module is installed or not. So what is that particular module? Get command module VMware.PowerCLI. So this will display us what are the main commands available inside our VMware PowerCLI module, and this will also confirm whether this module got installed correctly or successfully or not. So what I'm doing is I'm going back to my PPT and I'm just copying this command and coming back to my Windows 2022 DC system, entering this command, enter. Now it will scan our module in the background, and if it is installed successfully, it will show us the available commands, available main commands from our module. Okay. Now this is a general warning that whether we need to participate in a, CIP, that is customer experience improvement program or not. We can disable this warning later on. As of now, this is the first time we are running this command, that's why it is showing this particular warning. There is nothing like an error. So it will now give us the actual command output in a while. It will show us the available commands in VMware.PowerCLI module. Okay, so it will take some time. Alright, so as you can see now, it is showing us the welcome screen, and these are the main commands available with our VMware PowerCLI module. So this is a confirmation that our VMware.PowerCLI module got installed successfully. So let's move on to the next step. So next step is through Windows 2022 DC, we need to run the second command or third command, I should say, to set the vCenter server certificate connection policy to false, so that it will not give us any further warnings about the certifications and all before connecting to your vCenter server. So what is that particular command? So it's set PowerCLI configuration invalid certificate action ignore confirm false. So it is not confirming whether the certificate is valid or not. So what I'm doing is I'm just directly copying that particular command from here and first clearing the screen and now pasting that command, enter. So now our certificate, invalid certificate warnings, everything will be ignored, so that we will not have a prompt again and again. Whenever you are connecting to vCenter server to PowerCLI, it will not give you any certification, validation, warnings or errors. Okay, so up to this point what we have done, we have seen that what is PowerCLI as a theoretical part. Then we have installed our PowerCLI module on Windows 2022 DC system. Okay, with all the dependencies, the main dependencies NuGet package provider, and then the main package VMware.PowerCLI module. After the installation, we have set our invalid certification warning as false, as well as we have confirmed that the module has been loaded or imported in our Windows 2022 DC system successfully. Okay, so up to this point we have done some of these steps. Now in the next part I will go for the actual steps through PowerCLI, through which we will enable our Windows Internet for our Windows 11 CL nested VM. Okay, through those PowerCLI commands, we will create our VDS. We will create our port group. We will map our uplink. Everything we will do through PowerCLI in the next upcoming part.